Alright, we are officially live in, I don't really know how this is gonna go, but let's see if anybody shows up and sees how absolutely ridiculous I look, because I was hoping that this jewelry would make like tingly clicky sounds. I'm gonna eat some potato chips while I wait for people to show up. It is insane to me how much these microphones pick up. I have a Blue Yeti microphone. I've had it for a really long time, and I've only really started using it, and I've regretted not using it for a long time. But the only thing is that it picks up absolutely everything. And I know it's supposed to. Like, I know that that's a property of a professional microphone, but it's insane to me how you have these sound audio equipment that just kind of, it picks up my cat meowing like a mile away. So we're gonna hope that this goes the way that I want it to go. Also, hi, I see someone's here, so if you want to say hello, I'm just seeing who showed up. I have some potato chips because I didn't eat lunch. Hopefully that's not the worst sound anyone's ever heard. Basically what I have is a wide variety of things. Like, obviously I have myself talking, I have some snacks, I have some lids, I have some stuff to tap on. It's kind of gonna be an extravaganza. I tried to do a stream over the weekend where I played video games. So if you're one of the people who attempted to see that with me, it was an epic disaster. So that's why today I decided that I just wanted to do me because I think my computer can handle this. At least that's the hope and dream. One day I would like to do this with games though. I think it's really fun, and even though I do tend to be a pretty technical person, like I know about computery stuff, I was very proud of myself that I was able to hook up the software where I could play the game and show my little picture in the corner. I didn't think I'd be able to because I never had done it before, and it took me like all day. And then as soon as I did it and I tried it out, unfortunately it was a little bit too laggy, and I could see, I had my other laptop open and I could see that I was trying to watch myself and I could see the picture just like I was doing the robot, but not good. And yeah, so unfortunately I wasn't able to you know, continue on with it because it just was, I could tell it was unwatchable, and that sucks. So also I'm streaming this in two places, like a maverick, because so this is on YouTube, and it's also on Twitch. So I don't know anybody who's watching, I don't know where they're coming from. Feel free to say hello in the chat so that I know you're not a Russian spy. Yeah, so I have some fun stuff, at least I think it's fun, like lint roller. I also have this jewelry that makes it look like I'm going to like a gala or something. The only reason I wore it is because I think it makes really good sounds. Hopefully I'm close enough. Now that looks ridiculous because I'm like right up again. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. Please be kind to me because this is the first time I'm doing this and I don't know what other people do. I don't know if I'm supposed to like put on a show or like just make a bunch of sounds and like tap on things or whatever, so like, or if it's supposed to be like what the audience says that they want. But oh, somebody from Twitch, hello. I don't know you, and that makes me happy because I'm so excited to be on Twitch. Because it's funny, my Twitch name is not the same as my ASMR channel name. My Twitch name is Erin McLaren, and it's actually not a joke, but it's something that goes way back. When I was, hello, when I was a lot younger, like maybe like middle school, there used to be this thing called Game Spy. I don't know if anybody remembers it or not. It was like a, I don't know the technical term for it, but it was essentially you would log on and you could play in real time with people. And I used to play Command and Conquer Renegade. And so you would have this huge list of available rooms that you could go in, and it would tell you if there was like how many slots were available, and you would go in and join the game in progress. And at the time, it was like revolutionary, right? Like now it's nothing. You can go on PlayStation and play with somebody across the world, but it was really cool. And everybody would kind of take a role, like you go on offense and I'll defend the base and all that kind of stuff like that. So as a much younger human, I made my name Erin McLaren, like the rich car company, because it rhymes with Erin, and I thought I was so cool. Thank you so much. And so, yeah, when I joined Twitch, and my intention originally was to do some gaming or ASMR and gaming, it was a callback to my old Game Spy days. It means nothing to anyone else but me. Yeah, I love this necklace too. Thank you, Mikkel. I don't know where I got it from, like most jewelry, because I've had it for a million years. It actually, I should get a wireless headset, but I'm new at this, so maybe someday I'll invest in not wires. But it is a little bit falling apart. A tiny bit falling apart. And, oh, hello, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but Kene, first of all, you're my first Twitch follower, and that makes me so happy. Yeah, so I have a variety of things to hopefully make some like nice sounds and hang out. And yeah, I mean, regardless of if my Twitch name it has any like meaning, which it does from when I was a kid, but the fact that it rhymes I think is kind of cool. So that's my name, and I'm sticking to it. But it is not the same as my YouTube name. That's okay. I actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this and if people are gonna like abandon me, but I actually don't like my YouTube name. I've talked about this before. My ASMR channel is Audible ASMR, and I started the channel in the follow notification sound is too loud for ASMR. Do I have any control over that? I don't know if I do. But yeah, I started the channel in 2014. It's been a long time, and I made it. It was way before the company Audible, like the audiobook company. So I think that's why they haven't come after me, because I was first. But it doesn't mean anything to me. It was just sort of like I was trying to think of what I was trying to do, like talk, and most of my videos are focused on soft speaking and not as much on like props and stuff. So I just figured it was ASMR you could hear, so that's where the Audible came from. I don't know if anyone else will appreciate this as much as me, but I'm so excited about this. I was in the grocery store yesterday, the day before, and I saw this huge display of these Dunkaroos. I also think they sound cool. Apparently today is just like the nostalgia stream because I'm just going to talk about a bunch of stuff from when I was younger. But yeah, these were a big deal when I was a kid. I like that they kept the original like packaging and color. It was these and Handy Snacks, which were similar, like it had a compartment here, and the OG one was, I believe it was crackers and peanut butter or cheese, but I can't remember which one. And you would take like a stick, like a red plastic stick, and scoop out the cheese or whatever and put it on the crackers. And it was probably like plastic or something, but as kids we thought it was the greatest thing ever. And so I think they stopped making these for a while, like for like a decade, and they're back. So I decided to get a few of them. I want to see if they're similar to the original one, because I don't know if I truly believe that they're going to taste the same as when I was a kid. Also, Mikkel said that they don't type in the chat as much as because they're asleep. The thing that I think is hilarious about that is ASMR, and I've said this before on my channel, ASMR is like the only thing out there where like the biggest compliment that you get is that someone fell asleep. There's a couple people that comment fairly regularly on my YouTube channel who say, you know, like, oh, I fell asleep so fast I didn't get to see the rest of it. And it's funny because anything else, like in any other sort of like if you were like a golfer and you put someone to sleep, or if you were doing a presentation for work or something and you put somebody to sleep, it would be like horribly offensive. You know, like it would be one of those things where you're like, well, I guess I'm boring, or I guess I'm whatever. But with ASMR, it's like the goal. So yeah, I just think it's funny that people are like, oh, I fell asleep so quickly. And I think if people who aren't familiar with ASMR, I think if they saw that, they would probably be like, that's not good. But it's very good. I'm gonna play with this little heart. It's very cute. And obviously it was Valentine's Day recently. My mom is a teacher. She teaches little kids, and so every holiday, regardless of the holiday, they get gifts from the kids, like little gift bags. And so, and they also give them out too. So my mom got candy, I think, in this. And one benefit of that for me is that my mom, like, she doesn't like a lot of stuff. And one thing she does not like is Starbucks. So I get all of her Starbucks cards. And so yeah, she gave me this here. It had candy in it originally, but I particularly like it opens up, and I particularly like the sound. I have a Blue Yeti microphone. It's actually, I'll just pick it up. It's this one. Fancy. Yeah, it's actually one thing I was saying when I first came onto the chat is that I've had my ASMR channel for a little over 8 years now. I just did my 8-year Q&A recently. And I've had this microphone for a really long time, and I'd never really used it. I have one that clips onto my shirt that I use for everything, and I have recently started using this one and have been regretting not using it for so long. The thing about YouTube and Twitch and other sort of digital platforms is that I think one thing people don't realize is how much technical stuff goes into it. And this is a USB microphone. It plugs directly into whatever computer that you're using, which is nice, but I don't film with a computer. I film with my phone usually. And so because my phone's an iPhone 12 and it's like the nicest thing I own, so I usually use the clip-on microphone with my phone. And so I just recently started trying to get everything figured out, you know, as far as the USB microphone, and I didn't realize how much insanely better it is. So yeah, I'm gonna try to start using it more often because honestly, it's like night and day compared to my clip-on microphone. Hello, Clipsers. I love all the names on here. Also, I have to say, I have 2 exciting things on TV tonight. I have NXT, which is WWE, and there is a hockey game. So we'll see how long I can stream for because I'm kind of a nerd and I like a lot of that stuff. Well, I mean, sports aren't really nerdy. But, ooh, WWE. So I am super into WWE. I'm gonna do an ASMR video soon of all my like merch and stuff. I have been a fan of WWE since I was a kid. My brother and I were big fans. I have vivid memories of begging my parents to get SummerSlam 96 because we wanted to see the Boiler Room Brawl. And yeah, we had so much fun, and I got away from it for a while. I wasn't really watching it, I wasn't really paying attention to it, but then honestly the pandemic like brought it back for me because there was nothing online. Like there was nothing to watch, which honestly is, they shouldn't have been forcing people to like film TV and stuff like that. But it was one of the only things that was live. So I started getting back into it. I also have a family member that works for the WWE, which I had mentioned in a previous video. Oh, hello, Lucas. Yeah, so I was a fan of, so I like, when it comes to WWE, I am definitely not a fan. I mean, I'm gonna like make enemies, but somebody said, "Hey, can you say Luke, please?" I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm a fan of the really fun stuff. There's a lot of like serious wrestling, and that's cool, but like I really like the New Day, which is that like really fun, like they have like a trombone and throw pancakes into the audience and stuff like that. And that's really my thing, to be honest with you. That's like, I love to have fun when I watch it. When I was a kid, I loved Gold Dust, which was like sort of the Hollywood guy that had all the makeup and stuff. And yeah, I watch, you know, it's funny because I went from really not watching it much at all to being pretty into it in a short period of time with the pandemic, because it was the only thing that was on. And then I got really invested into the storylines. Like, it truly is like a adult soap opera, you know, in a way that, and I will say that I get a little annoyed at people who make fun of people who watch it, because like, let people enjoy themselves, you know, like what's the problem? I I was, before the pandemic, I was at work, and there was like a staff meeting or something, and it was on a Monday, and there was a pay-per-view over the weekend, and somebody like higher above me, like one of my bosses, was like, "Oh, how was your weekend?" And I was like, "Oh, it was really good. I got to spend some time outside, and there was a wrestling pay-per-view." And she was like, "Oh, you only like that because your family member works there, right?" And I was like, "Damn, like, why would you say something like that? Like, what does it matter to you if I like it or not?" And I think it's because I I think it's because, oh, hello everyone. Yeah, I think it's because of the fact that like at work I do serious stuff, you know, like I'm like the spokesperson of an educational organization. So like, you know, they see you you know, you're having to like be quoted in the papers and like dress all fancy and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh yeah, I really like these, you know, guys in speedos that are punching each other," and people are like, they think it's dumb, but I think if people took the time to watch, you'll get invested into it, and you'll find your favorites, and you'll find the people you hate, and you're supposed to, because that's the fun of it, is maybe your guy will win or maybe your woman will lose. Yeah, we have Bimby said that she I'm sorry, like people and let people enjoy themselves. I'm so here for that. There is nothing more annoying than when somebody says they like a certain music or movie or activity or whatever, and somebody's like, "Really?" Or like, "Oh." And you're like, "Well, okay, let me just enjoy my life and have a little bit of fun." Hello, Brunerai. I cannot pronounce anybody's name. Brushing. Oh, probably like a hairbrush or like a makeup brush. Am I getting so many followers? I don't know how many followers. Somebody said you were getting so many followers. Compared to what? I don't know. This is my first one. What do the cool people do? Yeah, so yeah, oh yeah, and Clipsers likes Seth Rollins and Ronda Rousey. I like Seth Rollins too, and I like his new gimmick. What is it? Embrace the Vision or something like that. I'm a big fan of like gimmicky stuff, and I know that a lot of people are not. I know that when it comes to WWE and stuff like that, that people like people who are more just like the Stone Cold Steve Austin type, where it's like just a guy who's really good. I tend to like the gimmicky ones, like the Wyatt family, like Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. I don't even like scary stuff. I hate scary stuff, but I really like The Undertaker and Kane and all of these people because the theatrics of it, the like the entrances like give you goosebumps, like especially The Undertaker. And it's weird because it's supposed to be like a dead guy. It's supposed to be like a corpse dude, but the one thing I will say is that one thing WWE has down is the music, like the entrance themes. Oh my gosh, they're so good. This is how you know I've lost my mind. Those Spotify things where they do like your year in review. It tells you your top 5 songs, and my number 2 song was the New Day theme. And I think that Asuka, the wrestler Asuka, was like number 6 or something. And yeah, I actually we have one of our new friends, Ultra Samurai. See, that name I can pronounce. I can say Ultra Samurai. You people coming in here with these complicated names, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna butcher it. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh no, you're not being mean. To be honest with you, I'm kind of low-key using this as a bit of a test because, and that's why I'm wearing the headphones so that I can actually hear myself, because I was worried that I wasn't gonna have like all the right levels and whatnot. I'm actually happy with the way that it's gone as far as being able to not like I'm using Streamlabs. I don't know if that's like what the cool people, like what the kids are doing, but that's what I'm using, and it's pretty cool because it actually has like my mic levels and stuff, and I feel like I'm on like a set or something. Like, it's pretty cool. So I did very briefly go to school for broadcasting. I gave that up pretty fast because I thought I wanted to be a weather person. I did not want to be a weather person. But I do have some minor TV experience. I worked on a late night comedy show at the college that I went to, which was super fun. And when you're in college, they let you do whatever you want. So we had some inappropriate jokes, I think, and they just were like, "Oh, you're in college, it's fine." We made fun of Billy Joel, I remember. Oh, good times. Hi, Bethany. Thank you for saying you love my videos. I'm happy that I figured this out because, honestly, if anybody saw my attempt at this over the weekend, it was such a disaster. And I think it's because I was trying to play games at the same time that I was on here, because with the Streamlabs thing, it allows you to have like the picture-in-picture, and I was so proud of myself for figuring it out. And then it was like so glitchy, and eventually what I would like to do is I would like to have like a bit of a schedule on here where like some days I can come on and just chill and chat like today, and sometimes I would like to actually play games and hang out. And oh, good night, Kene, I hope to see you again. And yeah, I would like to still play games because I grew up playing computer games, and I grew up playing like really old school 90s adventure games like King's Quest and Space Quest and Robin Hood and Monkey Island. And I found this new, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of like Steam, but for like older games. It's called GOG. I don't know if you're supposed to actually pronounce it GOG, but it's GOG. And they have like a ton of old school games for really cheap. And then you can actually play them within their own little portal. It's like Steam, but for old games, really. And I think it's supposed to stand for something Galaxy. Galaxy, yeah. And so, yeah, it's cool because a lot of the old games, they're so much fun, but the problem is that you need certain like mods or emulators to play them. So like if you were to want to play like Oregon Trail, for instance, and who doesn't want to play Oregon Trail, let's be real. But if you wanted to play that game, you can't just start it up on your computer. You have to have all these like fancy codes behind the scenes, and I don't know how to do that. So hello Resilient Mama Bear, and I love your name, Resilient. That's my favorite word. I tend to like the like when you go in to play these old games, you can't just click in and play them. You have to use an emulator or some kind of coding behind the scenes, and it's not easy to do. But this like portal that I found, it's all built in. So they actually have the emulators. So when you double click on the game and whatever your new machine is, so like Windows 10 or Mac or whatever, it just pops open and you can play. And that's super cool because, and the games are like $5, like, or you can get like a pack of them. One of my favorite games as a kid was King's Quest, and they made 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They made 8 of them, and but like only a few of them were really good. 4, 5, and 6. No, 5, 6, and 7. I think were the best. And so they sell a pack of them, like 3 of them for $9.99, and you can't go wrong with that. I love this thing. I'm probably not gonna get rid of it. What am I gonna do with it? I'm like a hoarder now. Anyway, so what was in this thing, other than a few pieces of candy, was this. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. That was already loud. And it's this, like, it's so cute. Hi, Maddie98. I'm guessing it's Maddie. It's a cool name. Yeah, so what was in there is this little thing here, and it's a heart that is very happy and happy about life, and then it's attached to this thing with hearts on it, and it's actually supposed to be a parachute, and there were 2 of them in there, but what I was really concerned with, and by concerned I mean what I actually liked, is this part, because it's crinkly. Now, personally, I don't like crinkly stuff that much. Only if it's like very light, very soft crinkling. A lot of times people in ASMR videos will like crunch things, and I'm like, there's no way I'm relaxing to that. But I have here, I'm gonna free him from his parachute with my scissors. These scissors are from 1904. I have had them forever. Speaking of scissors, I need a haircut. This one consequence of the pandemic, unfortunately, is that we aren't really able to do those things right now. Well, I guess you can. Not where I'm from. Although I'm actually kind of getting used to my long hair. So maybe if I get used to it, I'll just keep it. But I'm going to free our friend. And it just hit my cat in the head, so that is going really well. Also, if you hear any like sound, it sounds like some like angry cat. It's an angry cat. He is sleeping by my feet, and I would love to pick him up and show everybody, because I know all of the people from my ASMR channel, they know him very well. His name is Oliver. He is a very fat cat. But the problem is that he's large, and he is probably gonna knock over half the stuff that's on my desk. So we'll see. That's the one consequence of having a very nice microphone, is it picks up absolutely everything. He stole my parachute. Oh well. Yeah, so I posted a picture of my cat on This Cat is Chunky Facebook page the other day, and it got like an insane amount of likes. And my cat has always been insanely famous. Like, he's the cutest little thing. I mean, he's not little, he's big, but he's always been. I post one picture of him online and he's famous. I haven't decided what I'm going to have for dinner yet, because NXT doesn't come on until 8. And I usually have dinner while I watch NXT, so. I'm like afraid to touch anything. So, I just received one of the best compliments anyone could ever give me. My new best friend, Spicy Lemon, which, first of all, your name is very fun to say. Spicy Lemon. Sorry about the pipe. I live like in a complex, so like other people exist, and there's not a lot I can do about it. So Spicy Lemon. I love it. Spicy Lemon. Asked what part of Canada I'm from. And the part of Canada that I am from is New Jersey. I'm an honorary Canadian. So actually, because we're on a stream and I'm talking, I'll just tell the story. Very quickly, I guess. I won't bore you with the details, but maybe I will. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with hockey and the band, the Bare Naked Ladies, and the color red and like maple leaves and stuff. And I used to get like teased all the time, like, are you Canadian? And the older I got, the more it became a thing. If you watch on my YouTube channel, I have a Canada Day video that I made on Canada Day, which is July 1st. And so the yeah, so growing up, everybody always was like, you like all this Canadian stuff or whatever. And I mean, it was true, they weren't like wrong. So I always was like, I did go to Canada on like a cruise, but it wasn't anything that was like a major part, other than like people just sort of not making fun of me, but it was just like a fun thing. And what ended up happening was, and I don't know if this has happened to anybody else, but what ended up happening was, whenever it was like my birthday or Christmas or something, people would get me Canadian stuff. And I had so much of it. I had like a frisbee, a luggage tag, beanie babies, clothes, hats, hockey stuff, because I've always been like obsessed with hockey. My dad played hockey. And so when I was in college back in 1933, I was talking with somebody my first year of college, and they said to me, if you want to travel, you have to do it now, because when you go into the real world, then it becomes, well, you only have a couple weeks of vacation, or if you're lucky, you know, especially in the good old USA. And so they said, look, if you want to travel, do it while you're in college, when you don't have like a lot of job obligations and whatnot. So my first year of college, I started looking at programs to study abroad. And I mostly was focusing on Canada, because I didn't want to fly, like, I wanted to be away, but not in like a place where I'd have to learn a whole new language and stuff like that. So anyway, I ended up moving to Canada in, I don't even remember what year it was. It was a long time ago. But I ended up spending my entire, I think it was my entire third year of college, I went to the University of Alberta. So I lived in Edmonton for a year. Sorry. So yeah, I did live in Canada for a year. I have a maple leaf tattoo on my back. So that's how you know I'm committed. I am an honorary Canadian. I do have a social insurance card and a driver's license from Canada that I kept. I was there on a study permit, so I was only able to be there for a year. However, those of you who know me from YouTube know that I love to travel. And so, I have taken quite a few long, like, road, like, driving bus and train trips. I actually just took one in October. And, so what I did was, because I'm definitely not crazy, I flew to Canada, like, in the beginning. The way home, I actually took the bus, like the Greyhound bus, from Edmonton all the way back to Philadelphia. And it was like 4 days, I want to say. Like 4 full days. And it was awesome. So I got to go through Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, all through Ontario, and then down through New York and back down to the area that I live. And there was a lot of nothing, like, especially in like, thank you, Mikkel, and I hope to see you again. Yes, there was a lot of nothing in like Saskatchewan and Manitoba, but it was still really pretty. It was like pretty nothing. It was like canola fields and stuff. So, yeah, so I have been to, oh my gosh, I've been everywhere in Canada except for like 1 or 2 provinces. The only places I haven't been are Prince Edward Island and British Columbia. Oh, I take that back. I went to British Columbia by accident one time. If you're interested, I could tell you that story, but I don't want to bore people with my Canada journeys. And also, thank you for saying that my long hair looks nice on me, and I know that you were part of my disaster stream over the weekend, so thank you for coming back. And oh, Ontario, yay! Go Leafs, go! They're playing tonight. It's a disaster. They've lost half their players. It's fine. I actually I'm coming up to, you know, a lot of us have, it's been like a year with the pandemic. So actually my birthday is in April, and last April I had tickets to go to Kingston, Ontario to be at a live taping of a podcast that I listened to, a hockey podcast. And it was actually on my birthday. And it's one of my favorite podcasts of all time. And once everything started to happen with like things getting shut down, I think we all thought it was gonna be like a couple of weeks, and it ended up being a couple million years. And so yeah, unfortunately, it got canceled, and I don't know if they're ever gonna like rebook it or redo it. But I was supposed to drive up there for my B-Day. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. It doesn't matter. But it's hang out with my fat cat. You can absolutely be an honorary New Jersey girl if you want to be. There's only 2 requirements. You have to at least pretend to like Bruce Springsteen, and you have to let's see, what's the other one? You have to like pizza. I really like pizza around here. I have this controller because I like the sound of it. But yeah, very quickly, I will tell you, when I was living in Alberta, one day we decided to, oh, the other one was Bon Jovi. You have to pretend to like Bon Jovi. So yeah, when I was living in Alberta, me and some people that I was going to college with, they wanted to go to Lake Louise, which is this like a gorgeous, amazing turquoise lake in Alberta. And we got a really late start. Like, we shouldn't have gone, honestly, but we were like determined to do it. And long story short, we got lost, and it was that's why I said pretend to like him, because he's just okay. If I say that too loud, I'll get struck by lightning. But yeah, so I was driving through the literal mountains of Alberta, and it was snowing, because I think it was November, and I don't know why we were so determined to get to this lake, but we were. And we got lost, and in the mountains there's like no street lights, no anything like that. We were so lost and so far away that I tried to push the OnStar button, like the thing that's like comes with the car, to try to be like, where are we? But it wouldn't connect. Like, there was no connection. And being from New Jersey, our idea of a mountain is really just a hill. We don't have mountains. and so it was very scary for me. And there was a sign, I remember very clearly. It said, high probability avalanche area. And I was like, well, we're gonna die. And we had a paper map because it was like 2004, and probably some bad directions from MapQuest. And eventually, after driving for actual hours, like no joke, it was like hours and hours, we came across a sign, or we came across a town, and we stopped at this like super shady, like not like a bar, but like a general store. Like it's Alberta, so it's basically the Wild West. And we got back on the road to go the direction that we were going before, and there was a big sign that said, "Welcome to Alberta." So we were very definitely not in Alberta anymore, and it ended up being this town in British Columbia called Field, like a outdoor field, British Columbia. And I think it took another like 6 hours to get home. I have a picture. I put it on my Facebook years ago, but I think I took it off because I'm like, what is my problem? But I was the one that was driving the whole time because I was like, I didn't want to give up control of it because I felt like safe if I was driving. And I look so tired. Like I look. Yeah, that was probably the scariest thing. But I got to go to British Columbia. One of my favorite Canadian experiences was I went to Montreal for Canada Day about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was so much fun. A friend of mine and I, maybe like a month or so before, we had gotten together to have ice cream. And we were like, let's go on a trip. We should go on a trip. And we were like, let's go to Montreal. And then we actually did it. Like, it was kind of crazy because normally, you say those things and then doesn't end up happening. But we did it. We went for like 4 days, I think. We drove because it's only like, I don't know, 7 hours. Not a big deal. And yeah, we were there for actual Canada Day. There was a huge, awesome parade. There was giant cakes, like sheet cakes, all over the city that had the maple leaf on it, like the Canadian flag. And so you could just walk around and eat cake all day, which is essentially like the reason I get up. And so it was like this whole cool day, and there was fireworks. There was a jazz festival. One thing I will say is they had like a 3-hour parade, and they had like, it was so different to what I'm used to where I'm from, because around here sometimes we have parades like 4th of July parades, and it's all like a bazillion like American flags and everything, which is cool. Like, I mean, that's where I live. But on Canada Day, what they did was every like nationality that was represented in the city, they each, I think it was alphabetical order, they each had a place in the parade. And so they would like hold up a sign like where they were from, and they were all like dressed very traditionally, and like like it was like a multicultural thing, which is not something I'm used to, but I thought it was really cool, and I thought it was very inclusive of like all of the different people that make up that area. Also, hello Plex Live. Welcome to whatever this is. Welcome to Erin Talks About Almost Dying in Canada. don't know if any of you guys are podcast fans, but I am a podcast fan, and one of the podcasts I like is called My Favorite Murder, and I want to write into them one time about the time that I almost got kidnapped in Canada. Also, someone said they used to drive 6 hours from Italy to Germany just to eat lunch at Pizza Hut. I feel that in my soul. I love Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut has the stuffed crust pizza. They're the OG stuffed crust pizza. Don't let anyone tell you anything else. And now Papa John's has stuffed crust pizza, and it's like, don't step on Pizza Hut's turf. Don't even try. Why would you do that? Why would you try that? I don't know if anybody who's not from the USA, if they've seen any Super Bowl commercials, but they there's a really funny one. It's my favorite one with Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond, where he plays a sandwich kingpin, and it's supposed to be advertising Jimmy John's, which is like a sandwich chain around here. It's very funny to me. Hello, SinCap. I am doing very, very well. As I mentioned earlier, I'm very excited because there's hockey and wrestling on tonight, so I'm very excited about that. Because I am a nerd. A nerd with a fancy necklace. No, I'm doing good. I got my fat cat by my feet, and this stream is actually working, so that is all that matters to me. How are you? How is everyone in here? I think it's very cool that I can see this fancy software that I have called Streamlabs. It connects to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and it allows me to see the chat from both at the same time. It just has the little icon if people are from Twitch or YouTube, and that is super cool. I feel like I'm actually in this century. Not sure how long I'm supposed to do this for, or I guess it's as long as I want to do it for. I don't have anything else to do tonight besides watch hockey and wrestling. I don't even know who's going to be on wrestling tonight. Hopefully people that I like, because you never know. It's starting to get dark here, but hopefully you can still see my... I got over here. I have the if you watched on YouTube my what I got for Christmas video, I got this like fancy light bulb, and I'm finally getting it to use it for this. I did a quick look at, like, very, very quick look at what some other like ASMR streamer people were doing. They all have really fancy lights, and I was like, oh, I wanted to get those like galaxy ones that put like stars on the walls and stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, I do have a fancy light already. So I only have one, so it's lopsided. So over here it's like a club. Like over here it's like a disco, and then over here it's like boring. Hello, Lucoser. I'm going to start a channel called Erin Butchers People's Names. And it's just going to be me butchering people's name. But thank you so much. I do this on YouTube, and my like whole brand is soft speaking. That's all I do. Oh, I'm sorry that it got dark at 4:30. It finally started getting darker a little later here in good old New Wave of Hearsay. It is probably about, I would say, maybe 5:20 now. It was depressing for a while how dark it got, like at 4:30, it's amazing the difference that it makes in the day. Because when it gets dark at 4:30, you're basically like, okay, my day's done, that's that. When it gets dark at like 8:30 in the evening, like in the summer, it'll be like 5 o'clock and you're like, oh, I still have plenty of time to do stuff. And that's frustrating to me. I still have not eaten my Dunkaroos, but they're here. Sorry if that's a little loud. It's like a maraca. But yeah, it's not fully dark here, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. But I have a ring light because that's what the kids are doing. And I have my fancy bulb over here, so still not used to this microphone, but I really like it. I have cats, so I have to have one of these, but they also make for good sticky sounds. Yes. Yeah, I was wondering where you lived for it to get dark at 4:30, because I think everywhere else it's starting to get better. I have been, yeah, it's actually about 6 o'clock where I am. Oh, it's not bright though. I wish it was. I've been very lucky to still be able to work during this crazy pandemic. I'm getting a little bit tired for what I do, but, I'm very lucky to have my job, so, we'll see what happens. Yeah, please don't get eaten by a bear, that sounds awful. Hello, Love Tour H. Love Tour H. That reminds me of the last concert I went to before the pandemic. It was actually a couple days ago, a year ago, a couple days ago. It was like the 21st or something like that. I saw a band called Local H at a concert venue in Philadelphia. And I didn't know it at the time, but that ended up being the last, event that I went to before everything shut down. Of all the things to be, have to be your last thing before things get shut down, it was actually a pretty legit show. And, so, good day, good night. I will see you next time. I will have a schedule at some point. I don't know when. Is that what people do here? I don't know. But yeah, the last thing I did before everything shut down was an awesome concert. And I am looking forward to being able to go to concerts again. Not trying to get in any fights with anybody or anything, so don't fight with me. But good night, spicy lemon. I will see you soon. Yeah, I did get my appointment to get a vaccine about a month from now. So, hopefully I will be able to go to concerts again soon. I don't know how that's gonna work. I did actually see, I know it's so different depending on where people are from. did actually see something on Instagram yesterday that they're opening up the hockey arena in New Jersey for people to be able to go again, but I don't know what the capacity restrictions are, and I don't want to go until I've had the vaccine. I am not in bad health currently, but as I've mentioned in my in previous videos that I've done, well, a long time ago on my YouTube channel anyway, in 2013 I had a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in my lung, and so I have lung issues from that. And so where I'm from in New Jersey, there's like a database that you can register, like pre-register for the vaccine, and you put a bunch of information like your name, your age, and then they ask you about like health conditions and if you've had certain health conditions, and that was one of the boxes to check. And so because I've had some like damage and like compromised lung issues, I was in like a lucky me that I had a blood clot in my lung. Yeah, I would rather have not had that happen. So, but yeah, because we, they have like a tier system for, I mean, it's certainly, they started a couple months ago, and believe me, you don't wish you had damaged lungs. That's an awful thing to say. Yeah, so it's one of those things where they've been doing like a tier system for a while now, and the first people were like healthcare workers, and then like people that were like 80, and even people like me that actually do have issues, they're not even starting those people until like the first week of April, so it's gonna take a while. But we'll see. I would love to go to a hockey game, but I don't want to, you know, go if I'm not, like, feeling safe about it and stuff. There will be plenty more hockey games to go to. Hello, Vlad. Vlad, hello. Welcome. So, yeah. So, if anybody has any like requests or anything, I can't believe I've been doing this for over an hour. They went by really fast. This is fun. I would love to keep doing this. I have my fancy necklace, like I'm going to a gala, but it's a gala on Twitch. I should probably have something to actually cut. Oh, maybe I'll cut this. And the fun part of streaming is that I get to interact with people, so it's nice to get to take like requests and stuff like that. So if anybody has any like requests for, essentially this is an ASMR thing, so if anybody wants me to like count or tap or do anything, I'm here for y'all. Because if people don't request stuff, then I'm just gonna end up telling stories about how I almost died in Canada. And no, I did not know that. Just beautiful. I don't believe in that, actually. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. I have my other channel. If people don't know about it, I have another channel. It is called Erin on the Side of Caution. And in my other channel, I talk about things like multi-level marketing and toxic self-help things and stuff like that. And I was actually just talking to somebody about this yesterday, because I have gotten, if you watch that channel, I'm not going to go through everything because this is an ASMR channel, but there is a whole story about how I ended up getting, like, when I was like super vulnerable and sick, like many years ago, I got like joined this female empowerment like group program, and it ended up being like a front for multi-level marketing, and I got like totally sucked into it, and it was like super manipulative and stuff. And a bunch of people that were in the group with me, they eventually all got into like very metaphysical stuff, like pendulums and like card readings and stuff like that. And they were all, those people specifically were all like doing it for not good reasons, like just trying to make money off of people and stuff. So they kind of have me sour on a lot of that stuff, and I hate to say that because I try to keep an open mind, but I've seen a lot of very like charlatan, very opportunistic and not nice people use those things as like a way to make money. So, you know, but that would be cool if I was. I keep forgetting that my fancy necklace. It's so funny how sensitive this microphone is. Like, if I'm right here, it's like very intense, but if I go like this, it's like not the same at all. I'm still trying to get used to all the equipment that I have. Still trying to figure out what I want to have for dinner. My New Year's Eve nails. I did them the same way for New Year's Eve. I just reused it. Copied off of my old ways. Adidas. I'm trying to plan a couple role plays that I want to do next. One of the next ones that I want to do is a travel agent role play. And I've been collecting brochures for it for a while. So like anytime that I travel, if they have those like racks with brochures on them, I will grab a few. And I've been trying to focus on places that are like quiet and like out of the way of normal places, because it just seems like a very ASMR thing to do. So the angle of the role play is going to be that I only recommend like quiet places. I sent away for some brochures too, and I got some from these really like obscure but cool places. Like I went to this website. It was probably shady and like stole my information and sold it to people, but whatever. But yeah, if you were interested in travel brochures, I typed in my information, and it was like a whole bunch of small towns around the country that wanted people to visit them, but no one was going to them. And they all, I guess, like participated in this program where then the people would send these free brochures to people that requested them. So I got all of these like really obscure but cool places I had never heard of before. And that's where I got the idea to do like these quiet towns, like quiet places, because they seem, a lot of them are like out in Utah or Wyoming. There's a couple places like middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Trying to think of where else they were from, but a lot of them were like out west, like very like Utah, Wyoming area, which I mean is absolutely gorgeous, and I think people should go there more. I went to Utah for the first time about 2 years ago, and it was one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. And I didn't even go to the pretty places. I went to the like commercialized places like Salt Lake City and Provo and stuff like that. But further south from there is like national parks and like absolutely beautiful places. And I would really like to go back to go to those places, because honestly that's like the nature that I want to go see. Not that there was anything wrong with Salt Lake City, because it was really cool, but I've seen photos on Instagram of places like Arches National Park and some of those big like rock formations and stuff like that. And I've never seen anything like that before, like in person, so I would love to be able to go and see those things. Oh yeah, I've heard that before. Moab. I like that name too. I only really went in that like very populated area of Utah, which is like, I went to Salt Lake City, Provo, and then one of the days I went to Park City, which is where they had the Olympics, and it was really cool. Being from where I am in New Jersey, it was just so different than what I'm used to. The places, like I drove by a sign for Sundance, where they have the Sundance Film Festival, and the mountains were insane. Like, and I lived in Alberta, but these mountains were so beautiful and had like the snow on the top. I was there in September, so while I was there, they had their first week of snow, so the snow was only on like the top of the mountains, like the peak of the mountains, and then the rest of it was still like just trees and bare. And so it was like a postcard. It was like a living postcard. And yeah, just really something very different than what I'm used to. And I know that the further south you go, the more like nature there is. So someday when I can travel more again, I have a very long list of places that I want to go. I definitely want to get back up to Canada because it's been a long time. When I was going to go last April before it got cancelled, it was like years since I had been to Canada. I used to go all the time. And so, of course, right when I'm ready to go back, everything gets cancelled. So I want to go out to Canada. I want to go back to Utah. I want to I want to go to New Orleans for whatever reason. Trying to think where else I want to go. I kind of want to go overseas. I've never been to anywhere that's not in North America, so I would like to try that out. My brother went to Ireland a couple years ago, like right before the pandemic. They had a lot of fun. And they brought back really cool, like, scarves and stuff for us. But pretty much all of my international experience has just been extensively Canadian. And I've been to significantly more places in Canada than I have actually been in the US. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that, it's just the truth. For somebody that has a Maple Leaf tattoo on their back, I guess that makes sense. So, I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and have some dinner and check on my cats. And I don't have a ton to do tonight, so I'll probably come back in a little bit and maybe try to do some other ASMR type things. Hello, Hawaii. Oh, I want to go to Hawaii now. I had a golf tournament on my TV the other day that was in Hawaii, and what's it called? They had like the trees that were shaped like a W, and it was so pretty. Hello, ASMR man. What is an OF? Oh my gosh, I'm too old to know these things. I'm so old. Or I'm gonna make something up. Orange. Frog. Yes, I have an orange frog. People, I am very not up on what the kids are doing right now. The fact that I got this thing up and running is like a monumental. I mean, I do play old 90s games because I'm old, but yeah, there's that. But yeah, now everybody's, people are joining. I'm not leaving if people are joining, but I will be eating potato chips. Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, maybe. Hey, look. People gotta pay their bills. I'm not a hater. I read on Twitter the other day, somebody paid off like an insane amount of medical debt with their OnlyFans. And I was like, yes, you do that. Because people go into serious debt because of that stuff. And there's no help. Like, nobody's helping you. So I'm a big fan of people doing whatever makes them happy. Hello. Welcome. Every time I say welcome, this is, now everybody's gonna like unsubscribe from me, but does anybody remember or like that old Mel Brooks movie, Robin Hood Men in Tights? It was like my favorite movie growing up. And every time I say welcome, it always reminds me of the guy in the beginning that's like, welcome, welcome to the dungeon. I had really awesome parents and they let me watch Mel Brooks movies way too young. But that's where my sense of humor comes from, so thanks, Dad. They're old movies. I will say, oh yeah, no. Well, fun. Listen, this is the internet, and people are weird. And, so actually, the reason why nothing, like, phases me on here is because my actual, like, real life job is social media. Like, I manage social media for, like, local businesses and stuff like that. And, I've seen it all. Actually, one of the main reasons why I've been so active with my ASMR channel and my, like, anti-MLM channel is because I would like to eventually transition into, doing that full time. I'm really sick of doing social media management just because people are pretty rough. Hello, Thomas and Brad. Okay, that's right. Welcome to Aaron Talks About Canada and Eats Potato Chips. Social media is weird, but it's not even the social media part of it, like it's the, like, I do a lot of social media for, like, restaurants and stuff, and the stuff that people complain about, I'm like, do you realize, like, how petty you're being? Like, I don't even know. I don't actually live in Canada. I went to school in Canada, but earlier somebody asked me, because I lived in Canada for a little bit, and I kind of have a bit of a Canadian accent, and I don't know, it just stuck. And somebody asked me where in Canada I was from, because I say, like, hockey and, like, Spotify, like, instead of like, it's weird for me because I'm from the US. I'm from, like, East Coast US, and I know I'm supposed to say, like, Spotify. Like, I can't say it. I say Spotify. And so somebody asked me where I lived in Canada, and I told the whole story about how I studied there in college. And somehow ended up retaining the accent for the rest of time. You want to watch some hockey, eh? I will be watching hockey later. See, I'm having a crisis because in the beginning of the pandemic, I had one option of what to watch, and that was WWE. And then it was the only thing that was live, and all the sports got canceled. And now all the sports are back. Of course, I'm a huge hockey fan. And they had the audacity to not contact me and ask me which days to put the games. So, unfortunately, I have to choose between stuff a lot, or I end up basically having, like, a command center where I have, like, the hockey on my laptop and, like, wrestling on TV, and then whatever else I happen to be watching. I don't wear glasses, but I have fake ones. Actually, I don't know if it's like proper high standard 407. I'm doing really good. I've started singing people's names. I don't know why. But yeah, so I don't know if it's proper to, like, get up and move during these things and, like, leave, but I have, like, a box of stuff in here that has all of my props for my ASMR videos, and I have, like, a whole bunch of like, fake glasses in there. I think I look really bad with them, actually. I'm not actually planning on, like, in the video that I'm going to be doing on the ASMR channel. It's like an eye doctor roleplay like everybody else does. And, but I've never done one before, actually. I've been doing ASMR for 8 years, and I've never done an eye doctor roleplay, so 2021 is finally the year. And, so, I have got, like, fake, I don't know if they have frames, I think they have frames, but they just don't have any, like, prescription in them. And, I was going to use them as, like, a sales tactic. Like, what do you call it? Like, do an eye exam and then go through some different frames you can get to, like, try to, you know, fake sell them. I think they're really pretty. The ones that I got have, like, flowers on them and stuff, but I think I look really bad with glasses. I have a very round face, and I don't think I picked out the shape that goes well with people that look like Stay Puft. Still have my Dunkaroos that I have not eaten. It's been an hour and a half and I have not eaten because I can't believe they brought them back. I'm so excited. Oh, and for all the new people, I have my fancy necklace that makes nice sounds. At least I think it makes nice. It makes sounds that I like. I have essentially done my ASMR brand around things I like, which is probably I don't know. Can you lower the follow alert sound? I would love to. Do you know how? Do you know how? Because this is the first time I'm in Streamlabs OBS, which is I don't know, is that what the kids are using? Or maybe I'm on a different planet is where I am, which is where I live most of the time. I will figure that out. Can I do, if anybody knows how to do it, because obviously the whole point of this is ASMR, so I'm not trying to make anybody like, because I know what that's like in certain videos, and it is very frustrating, and I get that. See, I know there's settings. Oh, maybe it's a desktop audio. I'm in shambles, you guys. This sucks. I'm gonna, why isn't my mouse working? See, yeah, this is why I'm glad that people are telling me these things, because to be honest with you, I don't know about this stuff. I don't know that I didn't really know what to expect as far as, like, especially with Twitch, because I don't use Twitch a lot. I was telling people in the beginning about my Twitch name is different than my YouTube name because it's a throwback to my GameSpy username from when I was in middle school. So this has certainly been an adventure, though. It's been fun. I've talked about Canada. I've gotten some new followers. I had people ask me creepy medical questions. Woo. The internet. Alright, so there's a thing where it says mixer, like a, sound board, I guess, and it's, one of them is my mic audio, but the other one is desktop audio, and, I believe that, oh, there's an alert box audio, look at that, fancy. Alright, I turn it down, hopefully that's better. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that people were gonna follow me. So that's a surprise. Alright, so every time I say I'm gonna take a break, like it shoots up to like 10 people, but I'm going to take a break this time. I need to eat, and I'm just gonna hang out. And the only thing I will say, and of course while I say this people are gonna sign on, but whatever, yeah, listen, the World Wide Web is a really weird place, okay? I made a comment earlier about the fact that I got a vaccine appointment, and somebody felt that it was necessary to ask me if that was because I was sick. And I said, no, I'm not sick now, but I had a blood clot in my lung when I was younger, so I have lung issues, so that's why I ended up with a vaccine appointment. And they proceeded to ask me like 15 questions about why it happened, like it's any of their business. So that's the good old internet for you. It's okay though, I'm used to it. Just ignore them and they'll go away. The only thing I will say before I take a break is, I know there's only a few people on here now, but as far as future streams, is there any, like, I don't know if there's something specific that people are looking for on these, like if it's, this has been a test, it's been a very, very long test, but it's been a test, so, like, I don't know if the expectation is that I just, like, you know, do, like, a live role play, or if I make sounds or tap on things or whatever, if there's anything that anybody prefers or would want to see the next time, because I'll definitely be doing it again. So, any suggestions are welcome. Okay, well, I suppose next time I will just have to do the same thing I did this time. Which is, I don't know what I did. I talked for an hour and a half. Oh my gosh, I look creepy on my YouTube thumbnail. I have to adjust the light. Richard, hello, my friend. Hello. Hello. Oh, thank you. I'm glad, because I can do that regularly. I will be trying to do what I did before over the weekend, which was playing games at the same time. I attempted to play like old 90s adventure games, but like narrate them ASMR style, and it was really cool. Like, I actually figured out all the screen capture software and everything, and then I started the broadcast, and it kept freezing, and I think it was just, I had like my Steam thing up, like my gaming account, and I had my laptop up for Twitch, and then I had my phone for YouTube, and I was trying this whole like command center type thing, and I think that my internet was like, absolutely not. How dare you overload me like this? And I'm glad that I had my laptop up, because I was like watching myself on the screen, and it was like, I just kept freezing and looking ridiculous. So thankfully some of my regular YouTube viewers were like telling me that they couldn't see, or that I kept freezing, and I was able to just say forget it and stop. And then this is like my second test. I figured it would be a lot easier if I was not trying to involve the games in it this time, because that seemed to be the thing that like ruined it. Alright, I shall return. Thank you everyone for joining me for an hour and 40 minutes.